Hey, Smiley. Good morning, good morning. How's everybody doing? Good morning. I have honey on my fingers. I made my kids honey buns this morning for breakfast. Michael's not in town, so I decided to try to win their love by making them honey buns. So I made them honey buns. Good morning to America. Good night, good evening, good night to Australia. All our fans and followers, viewers, listeners, peeps, homies in Australia. I would try to speak in an Australian accent, but it would probably come out like marginally British, and it would be terrible because I'm not good at accents, except for Dominican accents. So good morning, everybody, and welcome to Coffee Talk. It is Wednesday. I'm your host, Ryan Seacrest, and I'm so glad to have you guys here with me. So thank you. Betsy Wetsy does the hula hula. I love you, Bets. Come visit me. Betsy and I have been friends since college. Actually, Betsy knew me when I was dating the guy who sent the text message yesterday. The audacity of this man to text me like nobody's business. Excuse me, were you not the guy that cheated on me and then I kicked you out of my apartment and you had the nerve to come back an hour later and say I need to get something and lift my mattress? To my horror, I find you gathering up mounds of cocaine that you had hidden under my mattress. My mattress? Hide that shit in your own house. What? Also speaks to the level of seriously quality scholars I was dating in college. Yeah. So there's that. That's why when people try to tell me things about Michael, this is really funny. Betsy, you will get this. When I first started dating Michael and people would try to tell me things about Michael, oh, he cheated on this person and he slept with this person. I'm like, do you all know what kind of guys I've dated in my life? You think I'm worried about Michael Sullivan? Listen, safe, very safe people who lived in a bubble. I have not. I'm fine. Y'all don't need to worry about me. Thank you very much. Anyway, it cracked me up. The whole hey girl, hey, ex-boyfriends and will come around and ask you some dumb ass shit. Ex-boyfriends will hit you up out of nowhere and be like, hey, Christmas still on the 25th? Hey, you still believe in Jesus? You still got the same birthday? Get out of my text messages and my DMs, you fool. Stop texting me. And by the way, men, the beautiful thing about women is if we want to talk to you, we have your number, we will text you. And we are detectives. You think we can't find you if we don't have your number? I could find your ex-girlfriend's mother's dog that ran away 75 years ago. I think I could find you. What? Hurry up. Make it fast.
You know that you said that we had
Go over there.
honey thins
Yes.
this morning? I peeled one apart because I ate one and couldn't taste any honey.
Honey, there's butter and honey. Go.
No, but I couldn't.
Okay, well,
I ripped
it's
it
there.
apart and there was no honey in it.
It's there. I cooked it. It's in the bread. You got to eat it.
It doesn't look like it.
Oh.
And it doesn't taste like it.
Tú oye. Go. Y cierra la puerta. Anyway, child trying to argue with me about honey and a honey bun. There's always one. There's always one. Okay, so I figured out what's wrong with my mouth. Are you guys ready for this? it appears that I have something called burning mouth syndrome, which literally comes from nothing. I'm blaming it on the marijuana. I smoked pot and I got burning mouth syndrome. Look it up. There's no cure for it. So essentially, I'm just going to be walking around the earth with my mouth burning and hurting for the rest of my life. Or who knows? I'm going on month 3. I'm going postal at this point. And they say it causes anxiety. I go, you think? Because you're walking around with your mouth on fire day in and day out. Yeah. It causes anxiety. Yes. Absolutely causes anxiety. I've done all the research on burning mouth syndrome. There's no, Robert, seriously, Robert. Oh, ladies, we've got to do a better job raising men, because the men that show up here are just, not all of them, but some of them are just, ugh. Oh, it's terrible. Don't Google it. You'll be miserable. It is awful. It is awful. Don't Google it. I'm telling you now. Don't. Anyway, okay, Amy Jo, I don't want to do more Jersey Belle, honey, but I love you and I appreciate you telling me this. No, it is not caused by weed. I was joking. I'm chalking it up to the weed because that was the only thing I had changed in my life, but who knows? It's not funny. It's awful. I know. It's not the pot. I was joking. It's not the weed. Everybody who smokes weed, smoke away. Okay. So let's move on, because I really do need to talk to you about something. Ladies, you're not going to like this coffee talk. You're going to be mad at me. But if you could just stick with me to the end, I would really appreciate it. Okay? Every single thing that happens to you and with you after a man says to you, I'm not ready, don't love me, I don't want to love, I'm not looking for a real relationship, my life is a mess, I have too much shit going on, etc., etc., etc. Every single thing that happens to you in any relationship after a man says something like that is your fault. But nope. It's your fault. The accountability is on you. The problem is that because we are nurturers, when a man says, this isn't a good time, I have too much shit going on, I have no room for someone else in my life right now, my life is in shambles, I'm going through this, I'm doing this, we think I can fix him, I can make it better, I can love him through this. And there are exceptions to every rule, in that for every 100 men that say this isn't a good time, my life is a mess, 1 woman will love him through it. 99 women will get dragged through heartache, drama, problems they didn't ask for, all kinds of nonsense, and they will be angry at the man. And the narrative will be, he's a piece of shit, he used me, he hurt me, he lied to me, he whatever, when the truth is, he told you from the door. He told you from the door, this situation is not good for you. What you heard was, don't worry, I'll make it better. Now, everything that happens going forward is your fault. You at least have accountability for it. And I don't want to hear except the blah or but the, no. Nope. Because here's the thing. It's like Sparrow. I told this family the dog bites. The dog just didn't just bite my neighbor's kid one time. We gave Sparrow 3 chances. He bit 3 times. Now I tell you, this dog bites. And you hear, he just needs a different kind of love. He just needs a different kind of home. He just needs my kids will be different than your kids because blah, blah, blah. Okay, sister, take the dog. I love the dog. The dog bites. For whatever reason and on whatever day, and I don't care what kind of specialist you think you are, you don't speak dog. Does the dog call you? Does the dog, you understand that? I don't think you do. So I don't care how many dogs you've had in your life. I don't care how many Dobermans you've known. I don't care how many boxers, pit bulls, German shepherds, Rottweilers, Chihuahuas, and frickin' Pomeranians, or whatever they're called, you know. I told you the dog bites because I saw it. Now, anything that happens going forward is your responsibility. You know you've been told. And these men come into our life, and we're the fixers, and we've got all these triggers, and we're all broken in our own way, and we see these men who respect us enough to say, this situation isn't good for you. And we hear, I can make it good for me. Don't worry. I'll stand on one foot with one eye closed like a pirate. Arr, I can get through this. Arr. And the man, you think a man is going to turn down, like he did his job. Men don't have great follow through. They don't have great pull out either, ladies. Meet Charlie. Okay? They don't have great follow through and they don't have great pull out. So when a man tells you he's going to pull out, I would believe him 60% of the time. Okay? When a man says, this isn't a good situation for you, and you think, I can love him through this, or I can love him enough to change his situation, or I can make his situation better, or I can help him get blah, blah, blah. His ego is not going to let him stop you again. You've had your one chance to walk away from a situation that a man is telling you isn't good for you. Anything you walk towards from there, anything you go through with him from there, you can't come down 6 months down the road talking about, my life is a mess. He drugged me through shit. I got no money anymore. He took my car, like blah, blah. Okay. And he told you the shit was a mess. Ladies, stop having your ego get you into relationships you don't need to be in. Because here's the thing. When a man, y'all are catching real feelings for the distraction. If you go to a car dealership and you say, wow, I really like this car. And the owner of the car dealership goes, oh, that one barely works. Try to crank it up, it never starts. The windshield wipers don't work. The lights don't work. The engine sucks. The air conditioning smells like farts. The steering wheel locks up. You could probably die. You know how many women would go, I can fix it. I'll take it. Works for me. I just want a car to love me. Ladies, you're test driving these men who are telling you their steering wheel locks up. They are telling you, my windshield wipers don't work. My steering wheel locks up. This ride is not going to be good. And we hear, I'm a motherfucking repairman. I'll fix the shit out of this car. Okay. Tell a broken man you're going to come fix his life? He's going to be like, okay. He told you once. Once. Why are women like this? We have abandonment issues. We have fix-it issues. We have I just want to be loved issues. We believe there's a small part of us that believes if we love a man through the hardest time in his life, he will love us in the most fiercely loyal way when he comes through it all. 9 times out of 10, he leaves the woman that he loves him through it and finds a new woman who can appreciate the new, healthy, healed version of him. He doesn't want the woman who saw him at his worst. You see, men are not women. Women, when a man loves her through her worst, she'll love him forever. When a woman loves a man through his worst, he can't wait to drop her and never ever have to look at that part of his life again. He's going to get him a new shiny driver who's getting into the new car with the new car smell and the steering wheel that works and the new rugs and the air conditioning that smells like roses. He don't want the woman who knows that he used to smell like farts. He doesn't want that. Anyway, I said what I said. You're not going to change my mind. And don't come in my DMs talking about I'm the exception because I met a man who was broken and I loved him through it and now we're together. Great. I love it for you. I want it for you. But you are the exception. Stop giving all these women hope because they're all getting into relationships with broken cars and dogs that bite, talking about, we're going to be just fine. Okay, you go ahead and ride down the road there with Christine and Cujo. And let me know how it works out for you, Stephen King. But there are really great men out there. There are really great men who do the work and heal themselves and pray and work hard. And you got to give the Michael Sullivan a chance. I never, ever would have dated a Michael Sullivan. As you can tell by my ex-boyfriend who was hiding drugs in my apartment. I like the bad boys. Always have. Still do. Now, some would argue, are you really happy with the Michael Sullivans? You know, there are 2 sides to all the coins. But he doesn't bite. And his steering wheel doesn't lock up. So the problem is a lot of times we meet the really good guys, the ones doing all the work, and we don't want them. That's on us, ladies. Anyway, all right. I love you guys so much today. Thank you for sharing, Lisa. You can share this video. I love you so much. And I hope that you have a great, great day.